You don't
know what?
deserve
Go home
the
to your
respect.
mama's house.
You
Go
don't
to your
deserve
mama's house.
You don't deserve
Go to your mama's
respect.
house.
That is a
Go live
family
in your
house.
mama's house.
Okay?
Go live in your mama's
You need to
house.
go do some
Go
real
live in
leadership.
your mama's house.
Do some
Go
real
live in-
leadership.
Go to your mama's house.
Go leave.
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 Go to your mama's house.
You're the worst district councilman we ever had.
Go to your,
and you're a black man too. You're a black man too. You're an embarrassment.
And you're a punk.
I'm a punk, and you're a councilman talking like that to a constituent. I'm your
Community group demands apology as video of council members' heated exchange over zoning policy surfaces. Emerald Hills resident Kenny Key, L, and District 4 Councilmember Henry Foster, R, engage in a verbal toss-off in a parking lot outside of a Juneteenth event, June 19, 2025. A tense exchange between San Diego City Council member Henry Foster and a District 4 constituent has sparked conduct concerns after video circulated of the elected official firing off sharp remarks during a community Juneteenth event earlier this week. The 30-second video clip, uploaded by neighbors for Encanto, begins in the middle of a conversation between Kenny Key, a veteran and lifelong resident of Emerald Hills, and the District 4 council member. "You don't deserve the respect," Key shouts as the video begins. "Go home to your mama's house," said Councilmember Foster. He repeats the statement 13 additional times. "You need to do real leadership," Key shouts. "You're the worst district councilman we have ever had." "And you're a punk," Foster fired back. He repeated that statement 9 separate times before the video ended. The pair regularly steps in and out of each other's faces, with 2 bystanders closely monitoring the exchange. The June 19th video was recorded in a parking lot off Imperial Avenue during a Juneteenth event hosted by the local nonprofit Second Chance. At press time, Councilmember Foster's office had not responded to Voice and Viewpoint's request for comment. According to neighbors for Encanto, Key approached Councilmember Foster before the video began to request a town hall on footnote 7, a controversial zone change that allowed more housing development in low-income and historic Black neighborhoods without proper public input. Key is a member of the Encanto Grass Group, which formed in response to footnote 7 and accessory dwelling unit policy debates. Footnote 7 has been one of the most noteworthy housing equity discussions in San Diego over the past year, while mounting backlash got the footnote. Southeastern residents mobilized against stealth footnote permitting high-density housing project. No footnote. Residents from Encanto and Emerald Hills packed city council chambers Tuesday afternoon, November 12, 2024. Unanimously dressed in bright yellow "Say No to Footnote 7" t-shirts, Southeastern residents packed Tuesday's city council meeting, determined to uphold their argument against unjust housing developments slated for their neighborhoods. Lack of clarity on the Clauber development project began when residents of Emerald Hills and Encanto discovered the city's plan to build a high-density housing project on land zoned only for 0 to 4 dwelling units per acre. Residents started to question the city on how this is allowed. Southeastern neighborhoods are identified as an environmental justice affected area in the city. That's until footnote 7 was discovered. Their complaints were met with pro-housing sentiments from city leaders who justified their case via a footnote from San Diego Municipal Code that states, "In the Encanto and southeastern San Diego community planning areas, the lot size shall be a minimum of 5,000 square feet. However, these are the only 2 areas in the city this regulation applies to. The rest of the neighborhoods in San Diego are given a minimum lot size of 20,000. Yielding the primary question, why is southeastern San Diego a low-income, predominantly Black and Latino area, bearing the brunt of the regional housing crisis? We hold that footnote 7 perpetuates racial biases in historically segregated communities and limits residents' access to the same zoning opportunities that predominantly white San Diego neighborhoods enjoy," said Andrea Hetheru, chair of the Community Planning Group. On June 13th, the project was deemed exempt under California Environmental Quality Act guidelines. However, the community group appealed this exemption, arguing that the project exceeds the site's zoning density, conflicts with their certified community plan, and was granted exemption without community input. "We're not against development. We're against development that disregards environmental justice and due process, especially when it disproportionately impacts Black, ACK, and Brown communities," said Robert Campbell, a resident of Emerald Hills. While city staff and city council members unanimously upheld the community's appeal, tensions and many unanswered questions still remain over footnote 7 and whether or not the city will continue to rely on it to promote housing in unsuitable areas. Formally removed in April, Residents say true accountability and ownership of how the footnote was placed has yet to be made. Kenny respectfully asked for a public town hall to address the origins of Footnote 7. Footnote 7, which was a zoning policy that had rezoned only the poorest, blackest neighborhoods in Encanto and Emerald Hills. The statement from neighbors for Encanto wrote, "On Juneteenth, instead of answering Kenny with a respectful response, Henry Foster responded with cruelty. He told Kenny to go home to your mama, called him a slur, and tried to belittle him in public. On Juneteenth, a sacred day of Black liberation and dignity. He is reportedly a full-time caregiver for his mother who is disabled. This is not the first time in recent months that Councilmember Foster has been recorded in a tense verbal exchange with a constituent in public. In March, another grassroots community organization, Save Del Shero, had uploaded a recording of Councilmember Foster yelling at a resident in defense of the late Leon Williams, telling the resident that they were not marginalized following a heated debate over a megachurch development. Foster's office later released a statement apologizing that his words were taken out of context. Editor's note: Voice and Viewpoint is not affiliated with Amy Reichert, nor is our publication aware of any credible claims that Councilmember Foster is requesting the video be taken down from social media accounts, despite claims circulating on social media to the contrary.